Okay, I'd like to begin by saying how pleased I am to be invited to speak here today. It's truly an honor to join all of you in recognizing Black History Month. Black History Month started in 1926 as a way to recognize the achievements of Black Americans. Carter G. Woodson, a Black American historian, author, journalist, and founder of the Association for the Study of African American Life and History, selected the second week of February as the day because it coincided with the 16th President Abraham Lincoln, which was a white American who signed emancipation in 1862 for the freedom of slaves. And Frederick Douglass' birthday, who was a Black American social reformer, abolitionist, orator, writer, and statesman. Black History Month is a wonderful time to rejoice in the gifts and contributions of Black Americans. To rejoice in the gifts and contributions Black Americans have brought to our nation. Just to reflect on a few names like Sojourner Truth, African American woman abolitionist and women's rights activist that was known for her poem, I'm Still a Woman. Martin Luther King Jr., the leader of the Civil Rights Movement, Malcolm X, a human rights activist, Nikki Giovanni, a Black American poet, writer, and activist, Webb Du Bois, a Black American sociologist, historian, civil rights activist, a writer and editor, Rosa Parks, who refused to stand up and give her seat to a white passenger that started the Montgomery bus boycott. These people represent to me incredible strength that makes me proud to be a Black American. They broke down barriers, stood against injustice, and helped us as a nation to overcome some of our most darkest times. But when we talk about Black history, we cannot forget about the pioneers who ruled in the music industry, the comedians that made us laugh, and all these people brought us as a people so much hope, inspiration, knowledge, not to mention the good times. What would music be without Louis Armstrong and Aretha Franklin, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Tupac Shakur, Beyonce, Jay-Z? Without Black Americans' contributions to music, it wouldn't be music like jazz and blues, rap, hip-hop, R&B, and let's argue, but even rock and roll. And where would comedy be without Nipsey Russell, Red Fox, Richard Pryor, Bill Cosby? Movies without Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman, Cicely Tyson, Samuel L. Jackson, Halle Berry. Let's remember the literature from Maya Angelou and Ralph Ellison, the basketball skills of Michael Jordan, the greatest of all times boxer, Muhammad Ali, or the best president ever, Mr. Barack Obama. And the list goes on and on. Allow me to recognize these special people of mine for their contributions not only to Black America, but to the contributions to my life. Miss Otelia Porter, Miss Sarah Smith, my grandmothers, Mr. Calvin Smith, Mr. L.P. Porter, my grandfathers, my father, Robert Smith, my mother, Bernie Smith. These people are why I am me. Today I didn't only come to celebrate the ones that came before me in the struggle, but I came to celebrate the ones that continue to struggle today. I came to celebrate how far we have came as a society and to reflect on how we can go further, because the struggle is far from over. In the spirit of Black History Month, I want to say we are strong enough as a people to not only stand by anymore and watch as bad things happen. We don't have to remain neutral and look the other way anymore. We can stand up and do whatever we think is right. No matter your position in our place in life, have a voice and use it. Black American voice matters and can matter a lot more. Socialize and engage with people with views different from your own. Give your opinions and perspectives, but also listen with kindness and not anger. Let's respect each other and be willing to pick each other up or take each other further. Martin Luther King had a dream that his children would one day live in a nation where they would not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I think that every parent that loved themselves, their children, and God feels the same way. His message was not separation, but that of equality for us all. One nation under God. Now that we are living somewhat of Dr. King's dream, we need to continue to reach above and beyond, stretch our ability to its limits, fight whatever discrimination we see in our life with intelligence and simply that person or that place is still struggling with growth and change, and continue to strive for our greatness. Let's spend money and buy things that will expand the growth of black people in our businesses. Let's register to vote and support the black politicians, city, state, and country. Let's be inspired to be our own bosses, to sit in high places, to give ourselves what we are asking that we are not receiving. Black people, stop killing black people. The war on each other is claiming more black lives than all other reasons probably put together. Relax. Let's pray God will fix our hearts. Have an awareness that in order to educate the children on things we wish for them to change, we must first educate ourselves on the same change. America is still in need of a lot of healing, and that healing will not start by the continued discussion and debate on its history and causes. But the healing will begin when we each take responsibility for our own roles and actions that we play that causes the continuous racism even today. I am a black American stud, and I have always pledged allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before I go, I want to leave you with these words from Harriet Tubman. They supposed to be, I mean, it's,
okay, go ahead.
Well, yeah, you get the one. Okay, and then the next picture, that picture right there, go back to the next picture. That's the picture I'm talking about right there. So much money being made in the black community and black people got that we're not spending, you know, to help ourselves, you know. So, yeah, that picture. And then the next picture, that picture represents us healing our own hearts. And then the next picture, that's Harriet Tubman. You can read this poem with me if you like. I want to leave you, okay. If you hear the dogs, keep going. If you see the torches in the woods, keep going. If they're shouting after you, keep going. Don't ever stop. Keep going. If you want a taste of freedom, keep going. Thank you for your time. All right.